We've been running this channel for about 3 years now, and we haven't really explained merchandise, so I'm going to talk about merch today. Merch. It is something that most bands at some point in their music careers will want to invest in. Merch can come in many forms. It can come in t-shirts, badges, stickers, scarves, fucking can openers, anything. And obviously CDs and vinyls as well, which are technically merch in what we're classing them in today. Does your band really need merch? That is the obvious question that you need to ask yourself before you spend a shitload of money on merch. You need to kind of consider, does your band actually have an active audience that will purchase your merch? And if the answer is no, then I wouldn't advise getting any merch until you have someone that you can sell to. You also need to consider what kind of brand or style that you're going to go for. I would advise only doing merch when you have a solid brand, so it kind of adds to the whole thing and it looks like a proper product that goes along with the band's image and music. I think something flew up my nose.
Is it optimism?
No, it's not optimism. The biggest question to ask when you have merch is, where the hell are you going to sell it? There is numerous different places where you can sell merch, and the most obvious one is at gigs. So, are you playing gigs often enough and to big enough crowds that you think you're going to be able to sell merch? Because if you're only playing like one gig every 3 months in a pub that's near your mother's house, then you're probably not going to be at a stage where you're going to need merch, in my opinion. And if the only people that you are going to be able to sell merch to are your parents or your family, then I would advise not getting it, because having your parents come to your gig wearing your band's t-shirt looks a little bit shit, in my opinion.
To an outsider anyway, to someone who's just finding your band and the only people wearing your band's t-shirts are your parents, It can be a bit of a turn off for a new fan.
A little bit. You can also sell merch online. If you are going to sell merch online, I would recommend using Music Glue. We're actually going to do a video next week about how to set up a proper Music Glue store. It's free, it looks awesome, and you can actually change like the shipping costs on it, so you can have a shipping cost for the same country as you, and you can have one for a different country, and you can have a shipping cost for the other side of the world. So it actually depends on where the people are buying it from. That depends on how much it costs, so you can kind of compensate for the postage that you're going to have to pay. When next week's video about making a Music Glue store is out, the link is going to be up there somewhere, I'm told.
Yep, there it is.
So click on that.
Click it if you want it.
Some of these sites will actually create merch on demand, so when someone places an order into your site, the website will just create the shirt for you and then ship it. But in these cases, they will probably take the majority of the revenue, because they're the ones who are taking the risk. They're the ones who are actually making the product, so it is technically only fair that they're going to get all the income.
And there's no guarantee of the quality.
No, there's no guarantee of the quality. You never actually get to see the t-shirts unless you buy one. Like, you'll just set a preset or a format of what you want the t-shirts to look like, and then you cross your fingers that they look like that. You don't really have any control into what they look like. If you're not sure whether your band is ready for merch yet, but you want to get some anyway, then I would suggest only getting a very small amount, like maybe 10 t-shirts, and seeing how they do, and then if people buy them, then get more and sell more and make money. If you are unsure about what kind of merch to buy, if you're unsure whether to get t-shirts or CDs or anything, any other kind of weird paraphernalia, then put out a poll on social media or something. See what your audience would buy. Don't be buying shitloads of vinyls if your audience aren't going to buy vinyls. You need to be investing in things that your audience is going to buy. Otherwise, they're just going to sit in a box in your bedroom and never sell, and it's going to look shit on you. The most important thing about merch is that it has to look good. If it is shit quality, if it just looks really bad, if the colours are off, if the shirt is falling apart, no one's going to buy it. It has to look good for people to wear it, or for people to buy it, or for people to use it. Even if like your CDs are really bad and like they look really shit, or like they're falling apart, or it's just like a plastic wallet with a bit of paper stuck in, no one's gonna buy that, because that's not a product. That's just something that they could just burn themselves on the computer. They want something that's packaged. They want a product. And I think a lot of bands forget that. Like, they forget that they're selling a product. They're not just selling the goodwill of the band. They are selling a product. And products cost money. So make them good, or you're not going to earn any money.
And, you know, don't fork out a load of money. on something that you can't guarantee you're actually going to make money back on.
Yes.
So it's a bad thing to get into, just spending money on stuff that you can't guarantee sales for. Do tests and just
Probe the water.
probe the water. That's a fucking metal band in the making, that, innit? Probe the water. I'd listen to that band.
I'm sure you would. That concludes our video on merch. I hope it has been very informative, and if not, then direct all your questions to Lenny and he will answer them for you.
Fab. If anyone's ever wondered, all of the comments in the comment section from the Music Lab, from our account, it's always me. It's not
That's a
Joe.
lie.
It's never
That's
Joe.
a lie. I care more.
He cares, but he doesn't do.
No.
He's not a worker.
He's not lying. I mean...
Yeah, you're right. Joe, we need to do the playlist for this month.
Okay, shit. What's your song?
Well, this is the start of a playlist, Joe, so we
This
need
is
to
the start
explain
of
what
the
the
playlist.
playlist is.
Oh god, okay, every month me and Lenny pick a song that we've been listening to that month and we add it to a playlist. It doesn't have to be a song that's come out that month, it just has to be a song that we've been listening to a lot that month. And my song for January 2017 is... I want to go for Cannons by Youth Lagoon, please.
Cool, and I'm going to go for It's Getting Boring by the Sea by Blood Red Shoes. Hope you have a really good day, everybody. I'm sorry that I haven't been in today's video. I've been in a lot of videos for the past month, and I'm really sorry that you didn't get to see me today.
He's become severely disfigured, so he doesn't really want to be in the limelight much anymore.
Speaking of disfigurement, Joe, what happened to your face about a month ago?